Dear students, welcome back. We will continue studying Chapter 3, Looping and Procedures. We started in the previous video looping, and we said that looping is to repeat a certain code for a specific number of times. And we also said that we can express looping through two statements, for next statement and do while loop. In the previous video, we explained for next statement in details. Today, we will explain the use of do while loop. What is the general syntax of this statement? At the beginning, we write the words do while. Then, we have to write conditional expression. And according to this condition, the code will be repeated, and at the end we will put the word loop. So again, at the beginning we will put the word do while, and here we will write loop. Between do while and the word loop, we will write the code that will be repeated. As long as this condition is true, the code will be repeated. But once this condition is false, so it will get out of the loop. Then the statement do while loop is used to repeat a specific code for several times of unknown end. This is the opposite to for next. We said in the previous video that for next is used when I know the end value. But do while loop, I don't know in advance the number of iteration. I don't know the end value, but based on a specific condition. So they are useful if you don't know the number of iteration. The code, as we said, is written between the beginning of the loop, which is the words do while, and its end, and will be implemented as long as the conditional expression is true. If the condition is not met for any reason, we get out of the iterative loop and implement the code after the loop if it exists. This is the explanation of do while loop statement. Now let's answer together the questions. What is this? What is this following code? The following code is used to input a positive number in this text box, and when you press on button written on it odd numbers, the odd numbers from 1 to the entered number here in text box will be displayed in this place, which is called the list box. But if you press on the button written on it even numbers, the even numbers will be displayed from 1 to the number entered in this text box in list box. Okay, let's write down the code for these two buttons. Let's start by the first button, then n I as integer. We declare two variables here, variable called n and another variable called I. Both are integer, numeric, data type. We will take the variable n from text box 1. When we see in the form, this is text box 1. The value that will be entered in text box 1 will be stored in the variable n, and the variable n will be the end value that I want to reach and stop at it. Okay, let's go to the third line in the code. List box 1 dot items dot clear. What does it mean? What does this code means? This code means that I want to clear the items which exists in list box 1 at the beginning of the code. if there is any items inserted in list box 1, I want to clear it, to make it empty, in order to be able to write again and again and again. Okay, let's start our looping statement together. At the beginning, I need to determine the start value, and we said that we declared a variable called I. This variable, which is I, is the counter, variable counter, and it starts with the value 1. After that, we will put do while statement. Do while, and we will write the condition. Do while I less than or equal n. What is n? N is the variable that we will take from text box 1. It means that any value that will be inserted in text box 1 will be n. Okay. So, what will happen next? The code that will be repeated, these 2 lines, listbox1.items.add. Add is a method used to add items inside the list box. Add what? Add items of I. And we said that I is gonna to be started from number 1 until I reach the number of n, or the value of n that will be entered in text box 1. And to go from I, which is started from number 1 to n, I need to put an increment. How to put an increment? I will write I equal I plus 2. Why 2? Because I'm talking about even or odd, dear students, not integer numbers. And at the end, I need to write the word loop to end the loop and to go back to the beginning of the loop and to continue inside looping until I reach to the end value that will be entered again in text box 1. Okay. Let's answer the question after explanation this code. The first question is, the loop statement in the program is. What is the loop statement? What is the loop statement used in this program? Did we use for next or do while loop? Yes, we used do while loop. Okay, let's go to the second question. The purpose of the code is I equal I plus 2. What this code will do? To do what to I? What will happen to I? Yes, of course, to increase the value of I by 2, because I want to add odd or even numbers, so I will increase the value of I by 2. The purpose of the word loop. This word will do what? Yes, will return again to the beginning of the loop. It will take me back to the beginning of the loop to check the condition. The fourth question, select the right choice to determine the nature of each part of the line of the code components. List box 1 dot items dot clear. Okay, list box 1, is it control name or variable? Remember with me, which one? Of course it's a control, as you remember from first term that we took a whole chapter called controls, and we said that list box is one of the controls that we have studied before. Okay, items, it's a property of list box. Clear, it's method used to clear or to empty the list box. So again, list box 1 is control name, items is a property, clear is method. Till here We will stop today. Thanks for listening and best regards.